trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Anybody that's with me here. Looks like a couple people may have joined. Just me, Hazad. I see Hazad's in VP4 chat. We're waiting for the room to come up, and we're waiting for Sargo. It's possible.
trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
When things look bad, and it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Welcome to VP4 TV, a Tactical Genius production. Here is a list of upcoming matches in the 2023 Virtual 9-Ball World Championships. I try to stream what I think will be the best matches to watch and offer a good standard of play. Please subscribe to my YouTube and Twitch channels so you can join in the stream chat.
Right, good evening guys, welcome back to VP4 TV. We've not got a lot of time. Quick mention, we've got this match coming up, round 2 match between Bill from the USA and Albinario from Sweden. It starts in about a minute's time, probably less than that. But we've got One Pocket Slim who has made it home, and he's going to be streaming the match between Semi-Pro and Nick, provided everybody turns up. That's going to start in half an hour's time. Welcome everybody. And if you've not had a chance, for goodness sake, go and watch the last match I streamed, the one between Tommy and Jose, and go and have a look at his stats. Tommy was superb. I think he ran 9 racks out of 13. Probably the one that he did run was the one where Jose broke, and then Tommy ran that out. So he had 9 in total. He was 104% for the amount of pots that he made and the amount of shots that he took. So obviously he had a couple of combos or something, I don't know, but his stats are excellent. It was like night and day. I mean, he was getting a ball in the break every time. He had 3 racks high run. So, you know, he couldn't have played much better than that. Really, really solid. It's well worth a watch. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Yes, it's winner breaks. Yamaguchi Taru, welcome. The room will be up. Let's get in. And I'll change the cloth colour after the lag. We've got Bill in the right. Race to 19, remember. Steve's away golfing probably. He might or he might not drop in, depending on whether he's back in time. Now this looks like 2 good lags. Well, that was bloody quick. Anyway, Albinario won it. Match is underway. 3 ball in the break, 8 ball in the break, 2 ball in the break, 6 ball over the pocket. No shot in the one. Hang on a sec. If I can get this bloody thing to work. Blue. There we go. Welcome. Well done, Tommy. Trying to get people to go and watch your match. Oh, wait, I'll get rid of that thing in the screen. Hang on. So, An excellent break from Albinario, but no luck on the 1 ball. So we're going to have a bit of ducking and diving now. Come 7:30, sorry, not 7:30, 7 o'clock, I'm going to be tabbing out for a minute because my intention is, and I advise Slim to do the same, but obviously he's new to this ball game, live streaming, but if he adds an extra scene to his live stream, then he can go to either my YouTube channel or Twitch channel and add that either channel as a new scene that he can tab to, so he can keep an eye on what's happening in this match, and I can do the same. So I'll be tabbed out for a minute while I try and get that working. Well, now that attempted jump come bank shot there by Bill is going to give Albinario probably the first rack. Now, I don't know whether he wants to dink this in or whether he wants to go 2 rails. Welcome to Brainfill Out. So we've got 1916 by Hazadi. What was the other predictions? I missed them all. Well, he just needs to drop this in. He's on the 6 ball. It's going to be first blood to Albinario. 1917 to Bill from Bedhead. So Bedhead's not back in the Swede. Oh, I'll wait till Albinario sees that. Well, it's about time that Bill get one over in Albinario. You know, it's long overdue. Welcome to Hairpig. A quick reminder to any latecomers that have just joined. One Pocket Slim is going to be streaming the match that starts at the top of the hour between Semi-Pro and Nick. It's another round 2 match, same as this one. And that will be on his Twitch channel. So if you haven't already subscribed to Slim's Twitch channel, where's the cue ball going? Then just go to Twitch and type in One Pocket Slim, you'll find him. It'll be easy enough to find his channel. But I'm going to be adding Slim's stream to my live stream. So I'll tab out for a minute or two once I know he's up and running, and that way we can keep an eye on what's happening in the Semi-Pro Nick match, because that should be very interesting to watch as well. 1913 to Albi. Well, we've saw, and again I'm going to punt again. Go and watch Tommy's match against Jose. Jose had, I think, 8 shots in the whole match, and pretty much all of them were a disaster. But Tommy was exemplary in his performance. It's amazing what can happen when you start getting balls in the break and you start getting shape in a ball. You start running tables. That's how easy the game can be. And it really fell into shape for Tommy. All of these guys are all capable of doing that. All of the 4 players that are playing tonight can do that no problem. So it's all down to how lucky you get in the break, and it really is all down to luck. You know, it's not just the fact that if you get a ball or a couple of balls in the break, it's whether you've got any sort of shape in the follow-up ball. And Tommy had the exact opposite in his first match. I mean, you think he must have stood in a dog turd or something, because he was getting nothing. And then that match against Jose, it was like night and day. So Bill trying to hit this and bump it past the 9, but it was too tight. And he's more than likely going to be back in trouble in a second or 2 here, I would assume, unless Albie. Yeah, he's going to run a couple of rails and try and use that 3 and 9 ball in the 8 ball. Needs to miss the 5 though. And Albinario has got there. Again, not difficult to hit the one. It's such a big target. You go behind the 5 ball and you can spin into it. Might even be able to hit it full in the face and bump it up the table. That would be a good outcome if he can do that. And now he'll definitely be in trouble. Now, is Albinario going to... I don't think he's going to line up the combo. No, he's going to duck. Common sense comes into it. And this time, it's going to have to be possibly 3 rails to get to this 1 ball. I mean, it's a big target if you try and go the 3 rail route. It's quite a big target. Oh, now Bill has got a lucky roll there. He flukes the 4 ball, and what's the 3-9 looking like? That 3-9 could possibly be made. I mean, it's going to the rail, but you can cut that 3, and Bill will already have had a look at that. It's not dead set, but Bill's already had a look, and he'll just cut across that 3 ball on the right hand side. That's where he needs to go. He needs to get the cut on the 3, and that is dead in the bag. Well, a bonus there for Bill. He had a roll of the ball, got the fluke, but took full advantage of it for the combo on that 9 ball. And the match is all square, and he's got a ball in the break. And if that 1 ball keeps rolling, he's got a shot, and the 2 balls there. Presume he can get out of there. Yeah, he can. So the 3 and 4 ball shouldn't be a problem. The big problem, we can see where it is. It's the 7 ball, and that is way too tight to be squeezing past the 8, I think. Is it? You know, I'm convinced that'll go. I think that'll go. I think you've got to get it clean to the rail, and you can cheat the pocket, no problem. But if you catch any of that 8 ball, it won't go in, I don't think. We'll soon find out, though. Well, Bill may well have to... I think the best thing to do is maybe to leave this 6 ball long. That way he's assured that he's getting right up the table, but he's missed the 4. And Albinario is going to be looking to take full advantage of this. He's having a good look at the 7, and I think if he's like me, he might be convincing himself that 7 ball will squeeze past 8. But like I say, if it catches any of that 8 ball, it won't go in. We'll know in a minute. He's got himself a bit straight in this 6 ball, though I think, well, he's got enough angle he can get up the table. And that is pretty much dead weight pace. He's looking good on this 7 ball. But like I say, any touch on the 8, forget about it. It won't go in. I think it might just go. It looks really, really tight, doesn't it? And then the more I look at it, the more I think it won't go. He's got to just get it right on that rail next to the 8 ball without touching it. And he's played the combo instead. I think that was probably the wiser move. Yeah, I think my eyes were deceiving me. So Albinario, it's his turn to take advantage of Bill's error to go back into the lead. So rack number 4. Albinario looking to build an early advantage here, but I think that is dry. And what's more, Bill can respond. Now, 1 ball's not a problem. 2 ball goes up table. So he needs to see the 2 ball. And that ain't it. But you know what Bill's like with a jump stick. Clean as a whistle. Now he's going to have to check this a bit with right English just to stop the cue ball wanting to go left. Now, plenty of room to get on the 5, so where can this go wrong? I mean, he can pot the 5, he's not going to take any of the 9 ball. The only thing he doesn't want to do is overhit this and somehow find himself behind the 8 ball. I mean, he's got loads of room where he doesn't need to go that far. That's the only worry, and he's fine. Well, I mean, but Bill gets plenty of practice with the jump stick. He's certainly one of the best at it. You know, you take away the jump cues in a tournament, that takes away a big arsenal off Bill. So it does. So Bill not prepared to let Albie get away just yet. He's looking to square the match. So when is that break going to come? When is somebody going to get those 2 racks in front and try and building something? Well, it won't happen as long as the breaks come up dry. And this could be, well, Albinario getting first chance at it because he's got an open table. I'm sure the 2 goes past the 6. Yeah, loads of room for that. Oh, now, what's he done here? He's okay. Just. Now, I don't know how many was in Friday Night 9 ball, but what I do know is that at 2 hours before the tournament started, there was 4 spots left, and then from pretty much up until now, there's been 3 spots left, so there may well be 1 or 2 more in it. It might be full, I don't know. Well, this is either again got to be 2 rails or dead weight on this 4 ball. Full field, it's full again, that's good. So Albinario is most certainly, well, going to go back in the lead if he doesn't do something daft off the 8 ball and leave himself really awkward in the 9. Well, this is where you play the stun up to the right. The only danger is the side pocket doing that shot. Strange things happen. That's the only thing he had to worry about was the side pocket, and he's fine. So he's going to have the lead. Now he's going to try and build on it. Not likely at the moment because he's probably getting home from the golf. And he usually goes golfing on a Friday. Well, Albinario, I think, has come up dry as well. So Bill has a shot in the one. Now this needs a little dink just to stun across, but not too far. He's got 2/3 of a pocket there. He's given it a good look, but he's got to remember to stun in line for that 2-ball. So in fact it's a bit tighter when you look at it. It's probably about half a pocket from that angle. Well, he's not interested. He's got to get good cover. And that's good enough for me. Welcome to Rob. Welcome to Lab. So again, at the risk of repeating myself, we've got 2 matches tonight. We've got this match that just started 15 minutes ago. Round 2 match with Bill and Albinario. We've also got another one starting at the top of the hour, or it's scheduled to start at the top of the hour. Another round 2 match between Semi-Pro from England and Nick from Bulgaria. And One Pocket Slim is going to be live streaming that on his Twitch channel. And I'm going to add that as a scene onto my stream so we can keep an eye on what's happening in it. But if you want to go and watch that match, then just go to Twitch, and in the search bar, just type in One Pocket Slim, all the one word, and you'll find his channel. And then if you do that, just subscribe to it, and that saves you messing about trying to find it again. Yeah, Steve may or may not join, depending on how busy he is. He hasn't said anything, but if he's going to show up, he'll show up. Now, what's Albie doing here? Trying to play a pretty ambitious combo there in that 2-ball. 2 and the 5. I mean, the 2 would have probably, I've never looked, but maybe the 6-ball was blocking it. But Bill has the shot in the 2. He's going to have to get into the cue ball a bit, really firm if he wants to come out in between the 6 and 5. He's trying to draw into the gap, and that'll do. That's well controlled. Well, this would be a bonus for Bill to square the match again. A wee bit of pressure on him to get this done because, you know, Albie had the chance there to open up this gap. And Bill's got to protect himself from that. A wee bit closer to this 5-ball than he would like. And this, well, I mean, it's not difficult to come past the 6 and play the 6 into the same pocket. He's going to have to leave it long though. He's come around 2 rails. Again, the angle in the 6 would allow him to stun across for the 7. It depends how positive he feels. He looks as if he's drawing. Is he stunning? Well, that's not the shot I would have played because the angle was there to stun that firm and get across to the right-hand side for the 7. He's left himself awkward here. Really awkward. In fact, very awkward. Because this cue ball can end up anywhere here. Yeah. Well, I think Bill, for me, should have played the right shot there. You know what we say about playing the right shot. There was enough angle to play a firm stun and get that cue ball across for the 7 in past the 8-ball. and he wasn't interested in it. Okay, Slim, good luck. By the way, has Semi-Pro and Nick arrived in the lobby yet? Because I haven't had a look. Well, that's a chance missed there by Bill, and that's the first sign of daylight here for Albinario. Well, I don't know whether you guys agree, but that shot that Bill had in the 6 ball, you could see there was a slight angle there. And my idea was a firm stun to push that cue ball over to the right for the 7 ball. And I don't know why Bill didn't fancy that. You know, I think you've got to be proactive and try and play the right shot to get on that 7 ball good. And in the end, he went the other way, and he didn't get good. And he may well pay the price for that. Right, so they're both in the lobby. Right, now, we'll see this rack, and then I'm going to tab out for a minute to see if I can get this set up. And this could be a bit painful for Bill, these last 2 racks, because the gap is 2, and it's more than likely going to go to 3. I think the 6 ball is comfortably off the rail. Well, he's leaving the bedhead cut, so he's got to watch the 8 ball here. He's got to watch the 8 ball. I think the pace is fine. Not a dissimilar shot. There's a slight angle there. He can stun this firm and get the cue ball out. Well, maybe not, the more I look at it. Well, he's playing the little stun draw. This is a testy one. This is by no means a gimme. But in it goes. So, that chance that Bill had to square the match has cost him dear. There's now a 3-rack lead. And I'm just going to tab out for a second, guys. Bear with us. If I can remember what button to press. Hang on. Right, that's the one. Just bear with us, guys. Get this thing to work. That's not it.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I think matches. Mute that. Okay. Hi, everybody. I think we're live. We got a couple of great matches. Mute that. We got Hugh already streaming here. Mr. Bill and Albin.
Just give me a minute, guys.
Semi-Pro versus Nick at the top of the hour.
Right, anyway. We're back. Slim has just started his live stream. The match is about 2 minutes away, and meanwhile, suddenly it's 6-2 to Albinario. And that 7-ball has to travel. It's just got there. Albinario's having a look at the combo. It's, in fact, again, when you look at that, the 7-ball goes. That 7-ball goes. So Bill, it's amazing how one shot that Bill refused to play could well cost him a handful of racks here in the overall scheme of things. But that 7-ball will go. I mean, you can overcut that to the jaw and it will still go, and it will go clean past the 8-ball. But doing it from that angle, well, he went for the combo instead, and Bill's been let out of jail. And he should be all over this like a rash. Well, that's one bonus for Bill. But now Bill needs the break to start working rather rapidly here to get himself right back into this. He's trailing by 3. I'm surprised Albinario didn't go for the cut. You know, it wasn't an easy shot, but he went for the more. I think it was 6.5 a dozen. One was as difficult as the other. He ended up trying to play the combo. And meanwhile, Bill's break off, I think, has come up dry again. And look at this. I mean, it's not a guaranteed easy table, this, but he's certainly got the 1, the 2, and the 3. And then it starts getting a bit complicated. So that match with Semi-Pro and Nick is underway. And that bump on the 5-ball, that's certainly not going to be a combo. But Albinario, well, this is difficult. I mean, this into the side and then hold for a cut shot in the 5. That's well played. Now, of course, he's going to take some of this 6-ball. And again, well controlled. Now, how is he? Is he a bit straight? No, he's got enough angle. He can do a firm stun. You go to the rail and spin it a wee bit. Get it up the table if he can. Well, there's still a fair bit to go in this match, but you know, Bill's got to start getting things working in his favour. But it's going to be 7-3. Right, we'll see this break-off shot and then I'll do a quick tab to see that everything's okay. Well, Albinario going with the Larry approach, but that's come up dry. Let's have a look at this. Hang on. Where the hell is it?
And I was paying attention to chat and I missed what Semi-Pro did there, but Nick's back at the table here. Problem 5, but I think he's
That's better.
certainly capable of getting out. It's never easy when balls are together like this. I mean, a bump here, a bump there. I mean, you got to find
A bump here, a bump there, here a bump, there a bump, everywhere a bump, bump. The match is up and running. And Albinario on the 2 ball now. Is he going to try and get lucky here? He's looking for the bump. And, well, it was a tall order. Now, one thing is that 5 ball is dead in the pocket if you somehow bump the 6 ball onto the 5. I'm pretty certain that's going in. It's going in clean, that 5 ball. It might not be there for too long though, but both players, I would assume, are aware of that. I mean, the chances are that if you're playing the 4 ball and you try and draw over to get a breakout in the 5 and 6, then you're more, if you hit it hard enough, you're more than likely going to knock the 5 in anyway. But not from this angle. Bill is dead straight in the 4 ball. Well, now he's got to get it safe one way or another. Trying to brush past the 5. Just catch it now. I think Bill set up a combo into the bottom corner. Would you believe it? I mean, that is stone dead, that 6 ball, I think. I mean, if you just go down to the rail here and bump that 5 ball, that 6 ball's going in. I think, look at the gap. There's not much of a gap, but the 6 ball has got to go, I would think. There you go. Incredible that Bill plays a safety and he sets up the combo the other way. Unbelievable. Well, somehow you think then it's not going to be your night. And Albinario is going to stretch the lead to 5. And it ain't working out too good here early on for Bill. And it did take a different turn when Bill refused the shot I was talking about. That cost him 2 and 3 racks, I think. So Albinario with an 8 racks to 3 lead, and Bill needs something to go in his favour. And he certainly doesn't want to be playing safeties and setting up combos for Albi. And the 6 and 3 have gone in. Albi's plumbing the 1 ball. All the balls are wide open, and this is bad news. I mean, this is just join the dots here, if ever you want an example of it. Well, I think Bill needs some of Tommy's influence here right now. As and if and when he gets a break, he needs Tommy's help. Tommy needs to administer the magic because Bill needs something like that to happen for him. Or this is just going to drift away from him further and further. So Albinario now with a 6-rank lead. Tall order. But with it being winner's break, you know, anything is possible. And Albinario has no shot. The 1 ball's ducked away behind the 7. Looking to see if the 7 ball was set anywhere. It isn't. Now, he chose the push out. And he doesn't want to push somewhere where Bill can just kill that cue ball and lock him up behind the 7. Okay, the table is not going to get run out. Let's have a look at this. Well, that 9-2 is again stone dead. And even if you clip the 4 onto the 9 and the 2, I think the 2's got to go in. Now, if that 1 ball ends up anywhere in the open in that right side, you can give the 1 ball a smack into that 9 and 2. Now, these are the sort of things you have to keep your eye on. And, you know, you might be the only one that's actually keeping an eye on things like that, and it could turn the rack for you. Well, that's closed off the long rail on the right. Bill's trying to get into the gap here. Doesn't want to hit it too hard, but that might be hard enough to. No, it hasn't. I thought maybe a wee bit of spin would have helped it behind that 4 ball there. Well, Albie was always going to do that, but Bill is going to have an easy enough jump over these balls. That's not tight enough to prevent Bill doing anything. But what Bill's problem is he's only potting the 1 ball. He's just probably, and I say probably, going to have no shot in the 2. Because I don't think the 2 goes past the 9. Let's have a quick look. No, it's locked on it. So, again, imperative that Bill gets something half decent here. And bumping the 8 ball is no good. Albinario can try and drop behind a 5. He's got those 2 balls in the middle of the table there to hide behind, one way or another. So he's got choices here, Albie. And Albie has left that short. Well, again, though, it's not great for Bill. This cue ball's heading south. Oh, that's excellent. He's managed to hold it. Now he's got to use the 9 to... Well, has he got to use the 9? No, he hasn't. I thought he was going to bump the 9 there and use that to hold for the 5. But it's still not easy here. Oh dear, that's gone way too soon to the rail. Has he got second prize? He certainly has. Sigh of relief for Bill. And Albinario may well have got away with it. I mean, that's a good bank, that 5 ball. You can go the thin cut, but the cue ball's going all over the place. No idea if you're going to be in the 6 or not. Well, this time, has he got lucky again? Not quite, but that's far enough off the rail to entice Albie to give it a cut. And this is going to finish nice in the 6. And the gap is going to stretch here. Well, just a little kill shot, just to stun the 8 down the rail, hold the line for the 9. So, he's drifting further away. Lead now goes to 7. This break looks dry. Bill's got a shot in the 1, but it's a little cut. Quick look.
He went for it, which is fine.
So it's 4-0 to semi-pro at the moment.
This 5 is, oh no, the 5 is welded to the 9. But there's a safety there if he can get on it reasonably well. Or...
Oh, a nice little bump there. I don't think he's got lucky. Meanwhile, Bill at the table in rack number 14. And everything Bill does in this match from here on in, he can't miss. He can't be making mistakes. He's got to play flawless. It's the only way he's going to get back in it, and he's going to have a wee bit of assistance as well, I believe. So Bill breaks the run of racks for Albinario, and now this is where it has to happen for him. Well, he's got a ball, and it's not great on the 1 ball though. The 7 ball has gone, but he can lock this cue ball onto the 3. And he's way short. That needed to be nailed to the 3. Albie's going to jump that and cut it. And he's got the jump cue out straight away. You've got to get it really tight. Well, that was a failed safety there from Bill. And again, it's going to possibly cost him. Quick look at this 5 ball. And once again, the 5 ball is really tight. You've got to be right behind it to push it into the far side of that pocket for it to go in. Well, this is a nice weight in the cue ball. Well, could have done with just stopping a wee bit, because I think there's maybe a wee bit more angle now. Let's have a quick look. Yeah. He's having a look at the 5. We know it's really, really tight. Now, the angle he's got in this 4, he could actually try and be really cute here and draw it right into the short side of the 5. He's trying to get there. Well, I'm not sure whether he's trying to get in a line to pot the 5 or whether he was trying to get right into the tight short side of the 5. But this is not ideal. He's tried the billiard in the 6. And he might have pushed that 5 onto the rail. No, it's come off the rail. So Bill has had his first bit of assistance from Albinario here. This is exactly what he needed. Although he's now dead straight in the 6. Shouldn't be a problem though. So it's looking like 2 in a row for Bill, ably assisted by Albinario. Can he get any luck in this break? Getting the ball is fine, but he needs the shot. He needs to get into that little bit of rhythm. Well, I think he's had a couple of balls, certainly. That's the 3rd one that's gone in. He's got a thin cut in the 1. Loads of room to get on the 2. What went there? The 4, the 5 and the 6 have all gone. And this is looking better for Bill. Oh dear. Well, Bill he's checked the cue ball. He had loads of room and he's taken his eye completely off the pot, and that's a huge, huge fail by Bill. He's got to be kicking himself there. I mean, the language is probably not broadcastable that Bill is emitting right now, because that was an awful mistake. Now, I know Bill had that operation in his arm. I wonder if that's still interfering with his play. I don't think it'll help. He was stitched to high heaven down his arm. But that's one that's going to hurt again for Bill. I mean, he could have been back to within 4 there, and it's a 2-rack swing on that one blunder on the 2 ball or whatever ball it was, because I've forgotten already. And it's immaterial, because the end result was also inevitable. It's 11-5 to Albinario. A 6-rack lead again, and a chance, if the break works, to extend it. Looks dry again though. And Bill's got even more pressure on him now that he's got a shot. But if he just rolls the 1 in dead weight, he's going to leave this too long. I don't think he needs to be too ambitious here. I think he's just got to take his medicine and try and leave himself. Well, he's got into the cue ball, and that's not really good, is it? Well, where can he hide here? Is he trying to come across? No, he's gone all out for the pot. That was well done.
Let's watch the replay of that last shot.
So now we've got a situation here where he's really, really awkward in the 4. The 5 goes, but the 6 doesn't. Now, I think he's going to have to maybe slam this in. and try and go 2 rails across and get a hit here and get lucky. No, he's just ducking again. But Bill, again, another really, really poor safety. And Bill is shooting himself in the foot here, left, right and centre. Albie can bump the 6. And it is not looking good for Bill. And each time Bill has had these chances, he's thrown them away. And that is always a bad sign when you're contributing to your own downfall. That's the one thing you don't want to be doing. You can always blame, the luck of the break. You're getting a ball but not getting a shot, but there's no other way of hiding the fact that you've made a number of blunders, poorly executed safeties, and sold it in a plate there to Albinario. And it's 12-5.
And that might be a good sign of where semi-pros
5-2 lead for semi-pro at the moment.
He's keeping it simple. He's playing the game.
And it's just gone to 6-2.
And it's 6-2. He played bad against me. I just played even worse. While that.
So Bill. And again, from Albinario's dry break, he's going to have to hit this really thin. Again, he doesn't know whether he's going to get the cue ball out. And he has done. Everything here is just at distance. He's not in control here. Just desperate to get another rack in the board. Try and stay alive in this match. But as I said earlier on, when he started going behind, he has to play flawless. He can't be making unforced errors, and he's fallen straight into that trap. He's got to find a way out. He might be going down the all or nothing approach here now. And once again, it's having to work the cue ball to get on the 6 and the big stun draw. And of course the 5 ball hangs up in the pocket. Now Albinario just needs to get this nice and thin so it doesn't catch the point. It's not a dead set, this. He's got to get it nice and flush, this 5 ball. And that's well done. Again, it's slightly awkward on the 6. One of these sort of semi-blind cut shots. And clean without a problem. Well, I don't think any of you guys predicted this. Or a gap as big as this. Maybe you were talking about, 3-4 racks or something, but, for that to happen now, I think Bill needs a miracle. Well, I didn't know anything about it, Mark, until I saw he posted a photo on his profile on Facebook, and you want to see his arm. I mean, he looks like something out of the Frankenstein horror movies. His arms has been split down the middle, from like the wrist up past the elbow, and it's all bolted back together with big studs holding his flesh together. He's had a nerve operation in his arm. I don't know what the cause of it was, but it's a bloody brutal invasion of the arm. So he's still healing from all of that. He had that a number of weeks ago. But, you know, if you go to his Facebook page, you should be able to find that photograph. It's horrible looking. And depending on what arm he uses for his mouth, then it's not ideally the thing to be doing is flexing your arm. Of course, it might be an idea to flex it to you know, stretch the skin and improve the muscle and all of that stuff. But, you know, doing that for maybe 2 hours in a match in VP4 might not be helpful. So, Albinario, a little jump recovery. He's on the 2 ball at a big distance here. So again, he's got to get right into the cue ball, and he needs to be lucky to have a shot in the 3 because he could end up hooked one way or another. And he's going to be fine. Five ball over the side. So he really wants to just finish top side of the 5 like that. So he can just drop through far enough, avoid hooking himself behind the 7. And he should be good to go for another one here. That looks fine. Now, quick look at this 7 ball. Right, so you've got to probably play this with just a wee tad of inside left, or with a tad of right if you're going to go 2-3 rails. And that's fine, albeit he might be just a bit straight in the 8. Yes, he is. Out far enough. And that will do. Well, it might be Friday night here, but it's... Bill can't blame it on a Friday the 13th, but this is like a Friday the 13th nightmare. It's 14-5 to Albinario. And this match has been on for just an hour. And that match with Tommy and Jose, that lasted probably about 50 odd minutes, I think. Bearing in mind it was only a race to 13. Now, as soon as this match is over, I'm calling it a night, and I'm going over to watch. I'm going over to watch Slim. Oh, the snooker's on as well. I need to get my phone on. Keep an eye on what's happening in the snooker. Well, this is, again, really, really tough. I mean, the cut down the rail's not, you know, it's not that difficult, but it's just not being comfortable. Well, that was well done. You know, it's that type of match where you're waiting to see what Bill's going to do wrong or what's going to finish up wrong for Bill. It's just one of those sort of unreliable things. That young boy O'Connor's 1-0 up against Ali Carter. Bill has retrieved 1 rack. Oh, that might be... I mean, I said that could be a match between Semi-Pro and Nick Sana, or Nick. Well, the gap is 8. Bill needs a ball and a shot. Is the 6 ball going to spin in? No. But once again, Albinario coming to the table. He's got the 1 ball on. Now, can he go through and miss the 2? I don't think so. He might catch some of this 2. He could push the 2 towards the pocket, though, if he brushes left side of the 2. He might be playing for that. Then again, he's digging in here, big time, trying to stun across to hold for the 2. Again, that was well played. Same problem here, he has to avoid the 9, so he might well do the same thing. He might need to get right into the cue ball. Or is he trying to stun past it and get around a couple of rails? Let's have a look. Yeah, needs to watch the 8 ball, and he's well away from that. So, the little 3-6 combo, nice and delicate. Keep the 3 ball there. Little soft screw shot past the 7. Now this one he can either play it long or try and get up level. He's just going to play it long. He could have done with it going a bit straighter. I think he's going to be fine. Yeah. Well, Albinario does what comes easy when it's an open table, just pots them all. And the 3 ball has got in, something else has got in, and of course, well, I was saying, of course he's got a shot in the 1. It's not quite as simple as that, but once again, this 1 ball will go. It's just that it's not great when you're looking at it from that angle, but it will go. And he's overcut it. That's why it's so difficult to judge them. Now, Bill hasn't got enough of the 1, I don't think, to pot it. He might be overcutting it if he just skims this 1. Yeah, he's overcut it.
Bad play. Yeah, that's true too. I wish I was retired and had
So
more
it's
time.
7-5 to semi-pro. Nick at the table.
Our schedules are pretty bad. You and I, bedhead, for I would like to play some 1 pocket with you. We will, I'm sure, at some point. Right now it's streaming. It's the Screwy 9-ball tournament.
Well, this looks fairly straightforward here. If you can get a decent shot back to the 9.
He should be out, and he'll be still within striking distance.
Meanwhile, I'll be at the table. Tight pot into the side, past the 2. And just caught a thin edge of the 2. And the 2 ball, again, is awkward. Not Albie. Bill's dead straight in the 1. It's just not being comfortable. He shouldn't have any problem getting in the 4 though, but it's another testy 1, this cut up the table in the 2. I don't believe he's trying to drop this into the side. Yes, he is. What a shot that was. I wouldn't have the confidence to play that at that pace into the side. I'm 2 balls behind. Well, that's better than being 3 or 4 racks behind, isn't it? Look on the bright side. Well, Bill's been getting bits and pieces, basically. I suppose his first target's to get to double figures at the moment. But there is no immediate reason for anybody that's in Bill's corner to get excited here. Not yet. There's still a chance. So it's another one to Bill. 15 racks to 7, and the racks are running out for Bill. And this time, he's got a ball. He's staring on the 1 on the side. The 2's there, the 3's there. The real test, I suppose, will be from the 3 to the 4, but the only hamper there is that 8 ball. So you've got to be fully aware of that when you're playing from the 3 to the 4. Big, wide open space. And he really wants an angle sort of next to the 9 ball would be ideal. Then you can just drop, you can just like that. Because then you can just pot the 4 and drop behind the 6. That's pretty much on the nail. That's exactly where he wanted to be. Doesn't want to be dead straight though. He's into that. Well, he's got a slight angle again. He can just push it through and around and out. Well, that's a tall order. He needs to run 5 or 6. Everything needs to fall into place. That's most certainly what needs to happen. You know, and it can still happen. You've still got to believe it can happen for you. You know, he's in the situation where he just has to get balls and shots each time to keep it going. Well, I'd given him that target to get to 10, so he's back to within 7. How's his luck this time? Well, I think he's got a ball, but he's most certainly not got a shot, and he's got enough cover there to try and put in a decent safety here. Well, Bill, I think that sends a message that he's not interested in safety. If he can see the ball, he's having a go at it. It's all out or nothing for Bill from here on in. I think we can take that as read. And it might be the best idea at the end of the day. It might give him that focus. You know, he's single-minded in that sense, that he's not umming and ahhing and thinking, what should I do? He's just deciding, if I can see the ball and that ball has a pocket, then I'm going for it. And it might work out. Well, I think this is just a little roll through on the 8 ball, just to let the cue ball drift to the left. Well, it's going to be 3 in a row for Bill, I think. Bearing in mind my basic arithmetic is not that good. So the scoreboard gets ever so slightly healthier looking. It just needs to keep going. Well, 8 ball has gone in. He's going to have a shot in the 1, and the 2 ball has just opened up with the 5 ball rolling past it. The 3 ball is available. They're all there, Bill. You know what I always say in this situation. It is a rack that you simply must run. Well, this is the one that's going to decide it. What does he do? Does he bump in behind the 9, or does he come across and leave the 4 long? Well, he's bumped right side of the 9, but he's landed it right on the money. That's perfect. Needs the angle. Doesn't want to be dead straight. Now he's going to have to draw, and this is where things can go funny, because he can. Well, there's a slight angle there, but I don't think he might. He's trying to check this up to come back behind the 7. He's going to leave this in bedhead territory. And this is what you don't want. Big pressure pot for Bill. And it goes. It needs to keep running to get out. Well, he's definitely going to have a shot in the 9 because it's 2 rails into the heart of the table, top side of the 9. He doesn't want to be tentative here. You've got to let the cue ball run, and that's perfect. And this is good for Bill. And the crowd are getting behind him. I don't think he's had any joy this time though. And it's going to be a 1-6 combo for Albie. Yep, the break is dry. This 1 ball, again, nice and gentle so that it stays in play. And Albinario could put the stoppers on Bill's little run. Well, Bill has got to his target. I set him. He's got to 10. He's trailing by 5. Is Albinario going to start feeling any pressure? Well, we know where the problem lies here. It's getting the right shot in that 7 ball. And it's not a guaranteed certainty that Albinario will fall into shape here because it all hinges on how he finishes on the 5. Well, the shot would be if he stuns up to the left side of the 5 and can drop through onto the 7 into the top left. That would be the shot. He looks as if he's coming back to leave this long. Is he going up left side? No, he's... Well, that is perfect. I mean, that's perfect for the line, not only to pot the 5, but get right across the right side of the 7. Well, looks all too easy to get on the 9, doesn't it? But you've got to get on the 9 good. Is this going 3 rails? It looks like it's asking to be. I mean, he could dig into this and just come back across to the right. He looks as if he's going to go 3 rails. No, just the 2 rails. Again, he's leaving it with the cut. But this to go 3 away from round... What the hell round's this again? It'll be round 3 he'll be going into. And then it goes. So Albinario with the break. 16 racks to 10 in front. And Bill's little comeback has been stalled, and that something dropped in. I was looking at the 3 ball there, and the 5 is gone. He's got an awkward cut in the 1. Quick jump across to Slim's channel.
I don't know how the snooker pockets play on very tight.
2 racks in it, semi-pro with a 9-7 lead, and it looks like Nick is trying to get back to within 1 again.
You can make them buckets, or you can make them about as tight as you want.
Albinario still lining up this cut in this 1 ball while you guys are watching this.
Oh, get there. He's got there.
And that was well done. Albinario has potted the 1 ball. Now, does that 9 cut easily for Nick?
They're not going away.
There's a match on there, I'll tell you. So, Albinario on the 2 ball. He's got to get right into the spot here. And he's missed the two because of it. He had to get right into that little spot. And Bill's been throwing a lifeline, albeit he's got no shot either. I mean, what do you do here in this situation? There's not really much choice for Bill. He might be trying to bank this in the corner. Oh, that's sweet. That is sweet. And Bill's got the same problem, having a shot at the three.
Last shot.
And this time, Bill's played a slightly better safety than he's done previously. Albinario can't get to the top rail as we look to try and kick the three in. So he's going to go in behind the three, try and push it up the table. Where's the cue ball going? And how's Bill's position here? Well, he couldn't ask for it much better than this. And you see what happens when you play a decent safety, Bill. You know, those two duds that you played earlier on cost you dear, and then you play one decent safety there, and it's giving you the opportunity to get another one on the board. That's what it's all about. If you're going to play safe, then it's got to be pretty damn good. And the rewards are there for you when you do have your opponent in trouble. Now, how's the angle in the 8? I think he's going to go shorter side of the 9 here, that's it. He's trying to get there, but has it got the legs? Just. Oh, that I tell you, that's going to be a match. 9 racks all. Oh, the crowd's getting right behind Bill. He's getting all the encouragement he needs from the audience, but he's getting a dry break for his troubles. And look at the 1 ball again. Albinario will just go around the angles and out for the 2 into the same pocket. 3 ball is there, 4 balls in the open, and this is the painful part about this game. When it's winner breaks, you come up dry like that, you leave a ball on for your opponent. Well, Albie's bumped to 7, decided to make it tougher for himself by getting himself slightly more awkward in the 2 than he could have been. I think he could have easily gone around the corner and into the gap, played the 2 into the same pocket. But Bill's going to have to sit and supper here, possibly. And the 2 goes in. And once again, it's a join the dots scenario for Albie. That 8 ball might be a bit tight in the bottom rail. No, it isn't. And this is why, when your break doesn't work, you don't want to be leaving it a wide open table with an easy ball to start with and then just watch these balls disappear. It really does hurt. It's all out with your control. Well, I suppose Albie, you can only do what he's asked to do. You know, the balls are all there. You know, just stick them away. Bill's got a bit more respectability as far as the scoreboard goes. And Albie's got himself comfortable enough in the 8 ball. Now, does you want to jab this in and just cut up the table, or does he want to run to rails? Well, he had enough shallow angle not even to need to jab it in, just to watch the pace. So he's 2 away from round 3. And that 6 ball is going to go in. And Albie, well, he's got half a shot in the 1 here. It's not a dead set. If he's going to hold for the 2 ball, he needs to watch the side pocket. The 3 ball's a bit awkward where it is, but there's a gap to get on it. Yeah, that 1 ball was never easy. Bill's going to be set the same problem. And if we look at where the 3 ball is, there's a margin there to get on this 3 ball. I mean, there's no way you want to get anywhere in here to try and get on the 3. You've got to get into this gap. And that's going to be the shot that will decide the rack, and he's got plenty of room to do it. But he hasn't hit it. He hasn't bound the pace. And now he's in trouble. And again, it's not really what you'd call a great safety, because even if Albinario can't pot the 3, he can put Bill in trouble. Just like that. And this is not easy to get to at all, this 3 ball. Who sent me a message on Facebook? Something's buzzing on my phone there. Somebody sent me a message, but I've got the snooker on, so I'm not going to check it. So Bill in deep trouble there with the safety from Albinario. And Albinario, well, I say administering the punishment. Does he want to dare to get in the narrow side of this 9 ball? Because the angle he's got in the 7 doesn't give him an awful lot of options. I mean, he could come up into the heart of the table, which is what he's going to do. And this time, though, he's made sure he can see enough of the 8 ball. May well go 2 rails here. And that looks reasonably good. He's going to be inside the 9. But again, there's no way on earth he should ever be missing this. This cut up the rail is something he's done thousands of times. So Albinario, after an hour and 25 minutes, is on the hill. And a 4 ball gets kicked into the side. And again, in fact, tell a lie, it wasn't the 4, it was 8. He's got a shot in the 1. Now, he could stun across for the 2 past the 5. And that's not really there. That's not really there. It's awkward. It's awkward because the pot's awkward, but it makes it more awkward to try and do anything to get to the 3. That's the problem. You know, had he got himself on the line there, he would have been in a much better shape to move the cue ball to get on that 3 somehow. So this is tough. And that's perfect. He'll miss the 6 ball, I would think, or he'll make sure he'll miss the 6, get the spin working, couple of rails, and he'll be on the 4, and he'll be home and dry, I would think. Well, the 6 ball, quite look at the 6. That's not 100% frozen to the rail, but he's close enough to it with a nice enough angle where he shouldn't really be having a problem. Oh, so Semi's opened up the gap. And that's perfect. He's going to have the nice angle. And this is, again, the golden rule here is get yourself somewhere on the left side, past the side pocket, and you'll be home and dry. And that fits what was required. So it's well done to Albinario, strong as usual. And the generosity there that Bill needed from Albinario wasn't there. So Albinario wins the match by 19 racks to 11. So well done to Albinario. And meanwhile,
how far you want to
that is the match that is on Twitch.
I would say a lot of
And that is the match I am going to watch. I'm going to join the Twitch channel. And thanks everybody for watching. And we'll bid you good night. And we'll see you on the other side, guys. Take care.
Good night, ladies.
Don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.